Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on planet Earth. My name's Jade. This is How to App on iOS. And I'm coming to you live from Melbourne, Australia at around 8 a.m. It's early, it's foggy, it's cold. It's miserable as. G'day SM Borthwick in the chat. Tom Rochelle. Hope you're both doing well today. Oh, well, it's been an interesting morning. I woke up today to find out that iOS 13.6 has dropped. Yay, yay, good news, good stuff. Let's have a look. What can we expect from iOS 13.6? Did I say that the first place? I can't remember. So, look, the main feature that they've added to it is not really going to benefit many people because, as you can see here, it is the update for the digital car keys for new cars, BMWs, all that kind of stuff. There's been an update to Apple News. I think there's a audio section now that's been included into the Apple News Plus, I should say. G'day Paul and Benedict Stewart. I hope you're both well as well in the chat there. There's a bunch of bug releases. So there's a new category in the Health app where you can add new symptoms, which I'm gathering is to work alongside with the COVID-19 stuff that they added in the last update. There's also been a bunch of security updates. There's apparently for some people some battery life issues with the last update, the 13.5.1 was it? Yeah. So some Wi-Fi connectivity. Funnily enough, I've updated all my devices. Updated my iPhone 6s, my iPhone SE, the new SE, my iPad Pro, and my iPad 2017. Funny thing was, my iPad 2017 couldn't get my Wi-Fi for about 20 minutes as soon as I updated. So I was getting pretty worked up about it. A few reboots later, and it came on. To let you know, also, there has been an update too for older devices. So if you've got an older device that can't have iOS 13, can let you know that iOS 12 has got an update as well too, because I updated my iPad mini using that. It was really weird too. I went over and had a look at it and the update, and it said the update was there, but it had no writing, no explanation of what anything to do with the update was, which I thought was really odd. So it says here also there's speed improvements. What have we got here? It says third-party apps including Netflix, Dark Sky, Twitter, Stack, Gmail, Chrome, Spotify are all working fine at the moment. First-party apps. So there's not really much to it. Says there's already some people who've said there's some issues. What have we got here? So update is already causing problems. Current problem for 13.6 issues include lag, exchange issues, problems with first and third party apps, hotspot problems, weird battery drain, issues with iTouch, Touch ID and Face ID, and various other bugs. So that really doesn't sound exciting, does it? But let's be honest, they've done really nothing for creators once again. I still stick by my assumption or guess what I think is coming down the line soon is that there will be a GarageBand update at some stage. I reckon there'll be a new pack and there'll be some kind of integration for Logic that will appear at the iPhone event. When they release the iPhone, they will announce Logic for iPad Pro, and there will be some kind of update for GarageBand that will allow you to transfer files between the two programs. That will be the GarageBand update, I suspect. So I wouldn't be expecting a master volume. I wouldn't be expecting timestamps or anything like that. Because I eventually think that they are going to blend in GarageBand into Logic eventually over the next 4 or 5 years. It will become one app. I mean, it's pretty obvious they're going to do that just by what they've done with the Mac Logic update by including GarageBand things into Logic. So it's an Apple thing. They tend to do that. Anything else I need to talk about? I just got a message from Australia Post here that my Spark amp is on its way. It could be either today or tomorrow. It's really close. It's at a close post office. I would say it's coming tomorrow. I'm so excited to get this, and trust me, folks, I'm going to be doing a whole show on this. And it's cool too because I can get away with it because it needs an app. So it's still about apps. So that's really exciting. I can't wait to get my hands on this sucker, man. Everybody who's got one says they're absolutely killer. What else? Just on my front, I'm about to buy one of these today. One of these suckers. I've had a few friends who've had a couple of these over the years, and I've always actually wanted one because they have a really nice action. So I'm about to order that today, hopefully. Let's have a look at what we're doing today. We are looking at, other update I should go through, which I'm trying to do each day here. Let's see if I can fix this up. App Sliced. Look at that creepy ad. So what's new on App Sliced? Any new apps or updates? It looks like Stereographic EQ AV plugin from 4 Pockets has dropped by $1 overnight. The 6X806 noise drum sequencer has dropped $1 as well. Anything else of note? Nothing much from yesterday. Any new apps? Let's do a quick search for that. So latest apps. How do we do that? Newest. So what do we want? Newest and music apps. If you haven't used appslice.co, the link is in the description. So anything new today? No. The latest new thing that was of any note is Segments by Elliot Garage, which is pretty cool. I haven't got it yet, but I know Pete's got it. I think he's probably going to do something on it soon. The last thing I'll go over today was just a continuation on from Pete's show, which he just had over on his channel over at Studio Live Today. So go and subscribe to Pete John's Studio Live Today if you haven't already. He was talking about the iPod Apple launch, and I wanted to show my first MP3 player. Oh my God. Now I'm starting to regret in Pete's show there was a section which had Moby saying, my other MP3 players, I can't work out how to use them. Now looking at that looks pretty odd to use. So it was shithouse. Let me tell you, it was absolutely shithouse, that MP3 players. But what are we doing today? Let's get, now that we've had a little crap on for the beginning, we are looking at, what is it called? Is it Voice Record Pro 7? This is a free app. Now, there's 2 versions of it. Either one you can get. I think they're updating both of them. So there's a paid version, which is $10.99 Australian. I wouldn't recommend it. All it does is take away the ads, and they're really not that intrusive. So as you can see up the top here, there's this one on the left. That's the newer version, and the one on the right is the older version with the old interface. I'm pretty sure they're updating both of them, and they still do the exact same thing. So it is free. As you can see, it's got a really high rating, and the only in-app purchase in there is that $10.99 remove ads, which is something, hey, if you want to support the developer, by all means do it. It's a fantastic app. It's something I've been using for many, many, many years. So without further ado, let's have a look at the app. This is it. When you open up, you won't see this initially. I have a few tracks saved in here. So first off, it's a locker. It's like Audio Share or your Files app. You can store files in here. So, and the really cool thing is you can actually sync up or save any of your entire database of music files to iCloud into a folder. You can save it to any of your storage places like Dropbox or all of the usual things you can connect through. So the Microsoft one, all those kind of things. You can connect them all up. And what it can actually do, with your songs, you can add tags to them and metadata, which is really cool. So when you do a backup of all your songs you have, it saves a separate file with the metadata as well, and any tags you add to it. You can add notes to the tracks. It's really cool. Let's open one up and have a look. What shall we open? Something that I've already got in here. Something from... let's open it, one of my tracks, FMC, the Human Centipede Conga Line. Charming track, I know, beautiful. I could just imagine going to a party and everybody's faces are sewn to each other's mouths in a conga line. A delightful vision there. So when you click on a track here, or when you import one, it'll go into that previous section in here when you import a track. You click on the track, and if it's got artwork, it'll show there to the side, give you the file size, the duration, all that kind of stuff. And as you can see here, you get an absolute crap ton of options here. So as you can see down the bottom, you've got even ID3 tagging, file information. I mean, that's pretty cool to get just you can give color tags. You can add notes to your files, and this all goes onto the metadata. This is some pretty, full-on awesome stuff. A lot more advanced than Apple's Files app. And Apple's Files app pretty much does all this stuff. This is just a bit deeper than all of that. So you can rename your files, change titles, make a copy. You can add reminders to this and bookmarks. Let's get into some of the fun stuff. Let's go back up to the top. So you've got all your sharing options along the top. And as you can see, these are built into the app. So like send via email, SMS, save in a photo album. Then you've got Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive, Box, iCloud, which is your Files app virtually, SoundCloud, send it via Bluetooth, an FTP server. So many options. You can even post it directly to YouTube, which is awesome. G'day, Gary. Good to see you. Also, and Pete is sitting there. Don't think I said hello to you. There's a Wi-Fi download. There's a lot of things in here. You can even do things like trim and effects. So let's jump into that, because I think we all know how to save files and stuff like that. So when you hit trim and effects, you get brought to this screen here. So if I hit play, yeah, so that's from my band FMC. You're presented with your VU meters up the top, your time across the top, then you've got your playback just below here. And I can't really move my playback at the moment because I'm connected up through my UR22. But we'll show you a little more of that. And underneath here, I'll just move my cursor because it's such a small interface. You can see here effects and filters. Now if you move all the way across to the end here and hit the plus sign, you get this, a whole list of stuff. And it's not nothing to be sneezed at. You've got echo, volume, pitch and speed, reverb, distortion. You can fade in and out. You've got a 3, 6, 10 band equalizer. You've got dynamic processing, for God's sake, a compressor, some limiting, high pass filters. It's pretty damn good for free. Like, I wouldn't be sneezing this stuff. Let's just go in and play with this, because we're looking at pitch and speed yesterday. And if you go across to your little cog here, let's play it. And you can do it in real time too. So let's play the song. Turn it down a bit. You can actually alter the pitch. Now this little button here on the side, that brings it back to 0 for you. Let's hit stop. And what I will show you too, you've also got a bunch of presets. So 5 times faster, 2 faster, half speed, third, fifth down. That's pretty cool. I'm digging it. Let's X out of there. And where that little cog is, you've got a little X button if you want to get rid of it. Yep, we want to delete that. Let's have a look at something else. So we've got distortion, we've got an equalizer. I'm just going to chuck some reverb on. Let's have a bit of a play with that. So you got halls, large halls, small room. Oh. So you can see there's a whole bunch of cool stuff in there for absolutely free. Let's hit done and get out of that. What else do we have? So under the trim and effects, you've got an advanced edit, which again, you can go in here, cut it down. Just click on there. So you've got a playback loop. You can add bookmarks to certain parts of the song. You can change the playback speed. Pretty damn cool. And as always, up the top, you've got your little X to get out of there. And we've got to convert to MP4. So you can automatically convert it. Then you've got an advanced converter. And this is, again, for free. What the hell? So you can convert from to MP4, MP3, or to WAV. And I don't know how many times I see people seeking an MP3 converter on iOS without having to pay. And there's quite a few out there, and they're all asking like between like $1.99 to maybe $10 up. This does that for you. So, you know, I use this a heap, and you've got plenty of options as well. So, and you can do this manually instead of clicking that preset button up the top. You've got a plus here, so you can skip through them. You've got your WAV. Now you can also, underneath that, you've got other settings. So when you click on that, you get to choose the sample rate, bit rate, stereo, your quality to encode. Pretty damn cool. Again, free. Oh, fuck yeah. That is damn cool. What else do we have? So that's about it for there. We'll go back. What I'm going to show you now is something that they don't really advertise with this app. I mean, because it says it's a voice recorder app. That's its main purpose. Ultimately, that's what it says. So if you click on record up the top here, now, how do I do this? So it brings up a whole bunch of features here. Normally, this is what you'll see initially when you first bring it up on your screen. It's your basic layout. So you don't get to change too much with this. As you can see, you've just pretty much got a low, medium, and high. And that just changes the sample rates, the bit depth, as you can see me flicking between them. So the high is 16 bits, medium's 8 bits. And they're all pretty much set to, what are they, mono? It's only the high that's set to stereo. All pretty basic stuff. There's a silence detection. I don't know what you would use that for. Maybe if you're just recording vocals. But if you click the advanced tab, here's where it gets a lot more interesting. You can really knuckle down into this and change your bit rates all the way up to 32 bits. Again, free. That is just unheard of these days. And this has been out for a long time. I've been using this for, I would say, since about 2000 and maybe 12 or something like that, 2013. So I've had this app a damn long time, and they still haven't added a process. As you can see too, the advertising's down the bottom there. It's really not in your face. It doesn't even cover the screen. I haven't even noticed it the whole way through this. So once you get to this screen, if you want to record some, yeah, exactly, Pete. Fantastic for converting files at 32-bit. Just a killer app. And look, back in the day when there were no apps around to, like yesterday's app that I did, Audio Stretch, to be able to stretch audio, there weren't apps like that around. But this was around. And it's actually really hard to try and take a file out of Garageband and use the audio stretching and then try and bring it back in. But after many hours, I actually did it, and it worked, and it was good enough for the time. So it's possible. But what I'm going to show you here is something that they don't advertise, and you probably don't know this either. I just need to take a breath because I've been talking like a jackrabbit today, and it's time for a bit of ASMR tea time. Oh man, I love a hot cup of tea in the morning. What the fuck am I talking about? So, you can export WAV. So once you export your file, let's just do it with this. So this file is a M4A, I think. So let's change it to a WAV. Let's do 24-bit stereo, and let's hit start. I think that's how we do it. I can't remember. Oh no, sorry, I'm in the wrong section. Let's do this. Stop. That wasn't what I wanted to do. I was recording vocals. So we can go and delete that. Just make sure I'm deleting the right thing. Yep. So let's go back to this FMC track. So this is an MP3, I do believe. So let's convert this. Where are we? Or advanced converter. And we want to convert to WAV. And we want to make this 32 bits and hit convert, and it's done. And it's kept the artwork on it as well. How cool is that? So as you can see over here, it's now 30 megabits with 1.25 is the length of the song, and it should be so it's down here. There it is, that one. Is that it? Oh, I already had one, so I've made another one. And then you can click on it and you can export it to wherever you want. And the way to export it to wherever you want, if I do remember, it is activities and airdrop. So it's in a bizarre place to look for it. So you click activities and airdrop. If it's video or audio, you get to choose. So I'm going to hit audio. And there we go. Choose where you want to send it to. And now it's in audio share. I mean, I'll go back quickly. If I wanted to share this to something like, because I use documents a fair bit. If I share it to documents, let's hope this works. I'm pretty sure it should do it. No, it doesn't. If you export it, if you're exporting, because it's a WAV, it won't keep the artwork in another app. But if you're changing it from an M4A and it has artwork attached to it in the metadata, and you change it to an MP3 and then export it into something like Documents, which handles the photos in the metadata, the photo will still remain here in the player. So that's pretty cool. Now, what are we going to do? We'll go back here, and what I was going to show you. So you probably don't know this, but I used to work at Apple for a period of time in the Genius section. And now that you know that, don't all bombard me with how to fix your device. I don't tell people because I still get it. But they have, in the little back room at Apple, this really amazing device they use. There's a whole lot of devices actually back in the Apple back room. Not only do they keep all the devices to sell and stuff, but they have their own machines and stuff they use to take apart Macs, to open up iPhones and replace screens and all that stuff. But they also have really cool tools to fix things like the microphones in your devices. Now, I don't know how many people here have ever come across this. I know Pete was talking about it in one of his shows last week. From time, and this happened, the first time this happened to me, I was like, I had no idea what it was. And it was on my iPhone 6S, and I will show you this. So let me just change screens, because this is handy to know. So here's my old iPhone 6S here. If you look underneath, get it to this, the hole next to the headphone jack, that little hole, that's your microphone. And you've got another one, God, where are they? So you've got one at the top there, and the other one is back here, right? And on your iPad, similar as well, you have these little holes. And your iPads, you have one at the top, one at the bottom, and one on the back. Now what happens is when you're holding your devices like this, or like this, dirt accumulates in this little hole here, right? So one day I went to use my device. I think I was using WhatsApp, and I was sending WhatsApp messages, and my friend was saying, it's just coming through all staticky and I can't hear anything. I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on? And then I would try calling Siri and it would work. I'm like, what is that? It turns out dirt collects in that little hole there. So if you're going to clean out that little hole ever, use a toothpick, be very gentle, or a very light toothbrush to brush it out. Never use a steel object in it, but you clean it out. Okay, Apple have a great machine to actually do that, but they also have a thing that they can plug it into, which tests all of the microphones. Now, if you've ever wanted to test all the separate microphones on your device, you will know there is no way that you can do that. Apple don't give you the option to do that. It sucks. There is no way to turn off one microphone and go to the other microphone. Here's where this app is fucking awesome. So if I hit record, it takes me to this section where I'm going to use a microphone. Now, just up here, underneath the play button, there's a section that says level check. And it brings you here. Now, whoops. Oh, daisy. I had a mic here. Got my Shure. Let's see if I can get it working. Hello. Cool. Hey, 1 2 2 2. 2. There we go. So I'm sorry about it only coming through one side, but that's because I'm going through my Steinberg. Hey, so you'll have to deal with it going through one side. But as you can see, it says my Steinberg here, and the playback audio is coming through my Steinberg. But over here to the left, you've got a little minus section. Now I can scoot back to my other microphone. So when I click on that source there, on that little minus, it takes you to USB PNP audio device. So that's because I have and I can show you this, part of my setup here. I have this device going into my iPad, and that goes back here to a powered USB hub. This has a whole bunch of things in it. There's a VGA cable, it has Ethernet, a whole lot of stuff, and that all goes into my computer. Okay, so let's scoot back over here. So now if I click that minus button one more time, it now takes me to the iPad microphone. So let's listen to that. Hello. So I know the quality is a bit bad, but that's because I have so many things plugged into it. See if I can turn it down a bit. There we go. So try that again. Anyway, you can see underneath here, it's selected as the top microphone underneath. So if I hit the plus over here to the right, it's now at the back microphone. And if I hit it one more time, it's now at the front microphone. So this is a really fantastic way to work out on either your iPhone or your iPad if your microphone is giving you issues and it's not coming across properly, the sound is totally blocked, to find out which microphone hole is actually being blocked with dirt. So you're just not sticking a toothpick in every single fucking hole. I don't know. I found this by accident. I wasn't even looking for it, and it saved my life when I was trying to fix my phone. I'd been on message boards. I'd been everywhere trying to find out what was wrong with my phone. And it was just by chance I opened this and tried to do a voice recording and then went, hey, what? I can actually select front, top, back? Are you kidding me? Because if one of your mics is blocked, you can tell it's blocked because when you're trying to talk into it, it's all muffled, but when you tap the back of the phone, you can hear the tapping really loud. So it's because something's blocking the actual mic, it turns it into an internal, so it picks up all the sounds of bumping the mic instead of actually picking up through the actual mic. So I just think that's a really amazing added thing that they don't even talk about. And I thought I would share it with you guys, just in case you come across that issue. So again, you can record vocals with this and, you know, transfer them across into another app. It's handy as all shit. Let's go back. As I said, and you can see across the top here, you can sort all your files. You've got an edit screen here to get rid of stuff. Plus, I haven't even gone into the little cogwheel over the side here. There you go. So you've got a whole crap load of settings. How you export MP4 files, to recording, to set your engine to minimum space that it takes. There is a lot of depth in here. Even your exporting, you can select to add the metadata in a text file, or you've got it's just ridiculous. Amazing that this thing is free. What else is in here? So your Wi-Fi downloads. So there you go. If you want to send stuff over to your computer using your Wi-Fi. What else we got here? I don't know what movie templates is. What's that do? Movie templates. Let's have a look. Let's click one. Holy shit. It even has movie templates. Are you kidding me? I didn't even know that. I've been using this thing since 2013 or whatever. You learn something every day. That is damn cool. And I know, I think, did I get you onto this, Pete? Did I tell you about this? I'm not trying to have bragging rights or anything like that. But I thought I told you about it. Just because noticing how many people used to always go, how do I convert stuff to MP3? Pretty damn cool, yeah? I think it's ace. So that's it in a nutshell. I recommend you all go and download it because it's free. And start using it. Add it to your arsenal of cool stuff on iOS, and I'm sure you'll be pleasantly surprised. And if your microphones get full of dirt, you now know how to fix them and make sure they are completely clear. Because the great thing is too, once you clean out that dirt, you just keep testing it back there, and you'll really find out if all the dirt's gone, because you'll definitely know when it's all gone. It'll just be completely clear. It's fantastic. They really should sell it as that first before anything else. So that's the end of today's show. But what I will let you know is tomorrow we have a special guest. So it's interview day, last day of the week. Tomorrow we are chatting with Brian Bigler from the Saigon Slick and the Boston Bard. We had Ron Ward on previously. Now we've got the other half on the show, and we're going to be talking about his awesome guitar playing. We're going to be shooting the shit for about an hour like we usually do, playing some of Brian's solo music, and maybe a little bit of the Saigon Slick and the Boston Bard. But it should be fun because me, Ron, and Brian, we have a ongoing chat on Messenger on Facebook, and every day we check in with each other and talk a whole lot of music shit. So we have a pretty good friendship going on. So I think me and Brian are going to have a lot of laughs tomorrow, and I'm going to delve into what got him to be such a fucking kick-ass guitar player. So join me same time tomorrow at 8 a.m. Next week, I'll let you know too, we are going to be doing it finally. I've had a lot of people request this stuff. We're going to be looking at EQ apps, and we're going to be talking about EQ and presets and how to EQ. And I'm going to give you the secret right now. Less is more. But we're going to be looking at a selection of EQ apps from free to mid-range to a little bit higher, right up to the Fab Filter stuff. So you get a good range of what's going on with EQ. And we're going to be using it in GarageBand and in Audio Pro. And we're going to be EQing some stuff. So see you tomorrow for the show with Brian. Should be a shitload of fun. G'day, Sion. You are late. I'm sure Pete will tell you where you need to go, directly to the principal's office. Thank you all for being here in the chat. Hope you enjoy the replay. Click the subscribe button that has appeared on the screen now. You can go through my playlist as well. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends about the show, please. Want to get to 600 by next week. That would be awesome. 600 subscribers. You can go to my Facebook page. And that'll be it for today. So I hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. As always, stay gangster, stay rockin', stay a while, stay forever. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye.